I make no guarantees to whether or not there will actually be any reading content in this week's vlog. Hi everyone, my name's Chloe, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here today. Today's video is the start of a new weekly reading vlog. I haven't read a book yet this year. It is now, well, it's technically the 11th of January because it's Wednesday morning. It's like 12:30 at night, which sounds like I've just like contradicted myself. It's 12:30 on Tuesday night or 12:30 in the early hours of Wednesday morning, however you want to look at it. I have read like 30 pages so far this year. I am just not wanting to pick up a book, and I'm trying not to be too hard on myself and not like force myself to read. I was busy last weekend, as you probably saw if you watched last week's vlog. I went to London for the weekend, of course I did, is anyone shocked? I went to see like 4 shows and there was literally like no time to stop and read really. And since I've been home, I have had time to read because my parents were away for the week, so it's just me in the house, so I've had time in the evenings, but I've just not felt the inclination to do so. So I've been trying to keep myself busy doing other things so that I'm not just sat here like staring into space, because to be honest, I feel like I could do that a lot of the time. So yesterday, Monday night, what did I even do? I honestly don't know. Actually, no, Monday night I felt like I was really tired. I think the weekend had caught up with me. So I tried to have an early night. Didn't really work. Like I was dozing off a little bit from about 9:30, but then couldn't properly fall asleep. And then I did fall asleep, I think about 11:30, but then woke up at 3 in the morning. So it was a strange night's sleep. Tonight I have started sorting through my wardrobe. I've sort of like taken everything out that I want to get rid of. And then I just need to actually like sort out the stuff that's still in there because it's not like the most organised at the minute. I just kind of shoved everything back in because I needed it off my bed. So tomorrow I'm going to actually like put all that in order so that like dresses are together and trousers are together and stuff like that. It just makes my brain happy if I know where everything is in the wardrobe. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. I am going to try and start reading. I'm going to try and start the audiobook of The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I've got to travel for work tomorrow, so I'll try and do some of that then. But yeah, I make no guarantees of how much I'm actually going to read. But I suppose we're doing the buddy read of Nevernight this week. I have not been keeping up because I need to be making notes and stuff for that for Christopher Long. And I don't want to force myself to read it now because I know I won't concentrate if I'm just reading it physically. I need to be kind of, my plan was to do the audiobook and read physically along so I can make notes while listening to the audiobook. But I need to be in the mood to read it, so I'm not going to force myself just for the buddy read. I have seen that people are enjoying the buddy read though, which I'm happy about because I'm still like reading the notes of it because it's a reread for me, so it's not a spoiler if I sort of stumble across something. And I've seen people enjoying it, which I'm excited that people are liking it. But yeah, I will read it eventually. That's one of the things I will definitely get to. I'm not going to say I'm going to get to all my TBR this month now, but that one I definitely will. So yeah, that is pretty much everything I've got to catch you up on. It's just I've already started this vlog late because obviously I've started on a Tuesday/Wednesday. So I thought I can't really like miss another clip and actually start it on the Wednesday night. I thought I should just stay high for now, so I will. I don't think there's anything else to catch you up on. It's 4 weeks until we go to New York. Countdown is well and truly on. But other than that, hello, vlog update. God, that looks really like disastrous in the background, doesn't it? That is not straight at all. There is a reason for that. I am in the middle of sorting out my room. I am currently like surrounded by boxes and mess because I'm basically taking down a lot of rubbish that was on the top of my wardrobe, partly so I can get that suitcase emptied so I can actually use it to go to New York, and partly just because I feel like I need to sort things out. So all of these boxes are basically things that when I had to move back home during the pandemic, a lot of things just kind of got packed away because I didn't have space to actually have them out and displayed. My tastes have changed. Like, I'm finding a lot of stuff to do with the series that we do not talk about anymore, and I am sort of going through and getting rid of the stuff that I will never want out displayed no matter where I'm living anymore. So that is kind of what we're doing right now. But I have come here to tell you that I've read a book finally. Like, we're on the 10th of the month, I think, or is it the 11th? No, it's the 11th. We're on the 11th of the month, and I finally finished a book. I did read pretty much the entirety of that book today, though. The audiobook did help, but I read like the last 200 pages physically alongside the audiobook, so, you know, we're okay. It's been a weird day today. I woke up like 2 hours later than I was supposed to. I planned to edit last week's vlog this morning. That did not happen. So I actually set my alarm to wake up an hour earlier than usual so that I could edit that vlog, and I woke up 2 hours later than I usually do and was 20 minutes later than I should have been leaving the house. So I had to get a taxi to the train station this morning. That was fun. I had 10 minutes to get ready, then I had to get a taxi to the train station, managed to get to where I needed to be like on time, which was fine, did not miss my train, but then just felt like off all day because like it was like it'd thrown me off from the beginning of the morning. But luckily by lunchtime I was like, right, I'm gonna actually read something. I'm determined to do it. So I finally put on the audiobook of The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, and I finished it after I got home and I ate some food. I just like carried on listening to the audiobook because I was like that invested in it. It was very, very good. I'm gonna give you like actual thoughts on it later on tonight, possibly tomorrow, because I do want to get back to this organising, but I thought I would just let you know I have actually read something. Things are happening. I'm not going to read anything else tonight, I don't think, though, because I think I'm just going to power through this, and I'm trying to pick which musical I want to listen to, so we will see. But I'll talk to you guys later, maybe even tomorrow at this point, who knows. Hello, it is Thursday evening. Could not think what day it was then. The fact that I started this vlog late has really thrown me off as to what day it is. I do have updates, so I've actually read this week. Like, finally, reading is actually happening. I know I said yesterday I would give you actual thoughts on The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, so I will do that now. As I said, I gave it 5 stars. I just really, really enjoyed the book. I liked the sort of like You Got Mail type situation that was going on, because You Got Mail is one of my favourite films, so having that like in this like cozy fantasy setting was great. I feel like this was the sort of cozy fantasy. I feel like this was the sort of cozy fantasy that I wanted it to be. Like, there was still stuff happening. Like, there was particularly like one big event where things felt like they were like higher stakes, but for the majority of it, like the fantasy was just kind of there. It wasn't like too important to the story. Like, you were there for the characters, and I loved the characters. I did love the relationship between the two main ones. I like anything where people are writing back and forth in letters is what I figured out, because like while I was reading it I was like, I just want to reread Red, White and Royal Blue, because I just love the whole thing of like people getting to know each other in letters format. So if you have any recommendations for things like that, please do leave them down below. I have then read 2 more books that have both been 5 stars. One of them was a reread though. I have reread the first volume and I read the second volume of the Fangirl manga. So this is the manga version of Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I love the book anyway, so it was always going to be 5 stars, but I do think it really, really works in this format. Like, I like the artwork in here, and it's just like, it's really cute seeing it on page as well as reading it, particularly this volume. Like, this volume had a lot of the like Levi just being cute scenes, because like Kath and Levi together is my favourite thing in this book. And I mean, I'm angry at Levi at the end of this one, because if you've read the book and you're gonna read the manga adaptations, I will say that the moment that happens that makes you like mad at Levi is the very last thing in this book. So like, be prepared that you're gonna have to like leave it there until the 3rd one comes out, because now I'm just angry at him and I kind of want to reread the book, so I cannot be angry at him because I know it resolves itself, but right now I'm angry at him. I don't have too much else to update you on at the minute. I'm going to start reading something else tonight, but I'm not sure what. I was going to start like physically reading Ninth House, but I also still need to sort some things out in my room. I am on sprints in a bit, so I might try and get an audiobook going instead. The only thing I can think of that I definitely have the audiobook for that is on my TBR this month is Conjuring of Light. So I may start the audiobook for that while I'm just like finishing tidying up my room, and then maybe like read Ninth House tomorrow, but we will see. Right now I've got food in the oven, so I'm going to go and get that out, and then I will possibly catch up with you guys later when we finished on sprints. Hello, it is Friday evening, technically it's Saturday morning. I have not read anything today, so I have no reading updates. There is a reason for that. I started a craft project last night, and when I start projects I get very into them and sort of have to power through until I complete them. There's a reason that I tried diamond painting once and then never went back to it, because the first time I did it I spent like 6 hours sat at my kitchen table doing it all in one go. I was determined to finish it. So today's project that I was determined to finish is this, which is my little embroidery. So it says, you can't really read it on this camera, you can read it in person. It says "This world will remember us," which is a lyric from Bonnie and Clyde. These are embroidery sets from a shop called Amelia Stitches, which you can find on Etsy if anyone's interested in them. And they are all quotes from musical theatre, and I love them. I got this one for Christmas from my mum. I have already been looking at other ones I can get. I want to get the Les Mis one, the Moulin Rouge one, and the Waitress one. I think are the first ones I want to get, and you can get like a bundle where it's cheaper if you get more than one. So that may have to happen, but I probably will wait until like next month. Maybe that can be when I've got back from New York, something to do to pass the time. Yes, I am going to find a way to mention the New York trip in every vlog in the next 4 weeks. I'm very sorry about this. Aaron Tveit is now officially in rehearsals for Moulin Rouge. He's done his put-in rehearsal today, which is basically the sort of rehearsal you do when it's just 1 or 2 new cast members joining a show. So you'll have, obviously, if it's because obviously if it's like a whole new production starting, you'll have a longer rehearsal period with everyone doing it. When you've just got a couple of people joining the cast, they sort of rehearse separately, and then they do a put-in rehearsal, which is when everyone else that's already doing the show does a rehearsal with the people who are going to be joining. And there's videos of him doing it and doing the raising the sign at the beginning of the show, and I'm so excited for it. I'm so very excited. He comes back into the cast next week, so there will be videos of there'll be like videos of bits that shouldn't be videoed, but you know, if they're there I'm gonna watch them. And then I get to see him in 3.5 weeks now. And also Hadestown. I'm very excited to see Hadestown. I know I don't talk about it as much because Aaron Tveit in Moulin Rouge, but I'm very excited to see Hadestown. I've actually been listening to it a lot this week. I'm also very excited to go and see Bonnie and Clyde again, but this one's not till the beginning of March, so I'll talk about that closer to the time. Although we have just had the news, it's not really news because they've been teasing it for months, that we are going to get a West End cast recording of Bonnie and Clyde, which I'm very excited about. I mean, I do love listening to the Broadway version because Jeremy Jordan, but I really like Jordan Luke Gage and Frances Mayley McCann, so I'm looking forward to hearing their cast recording. I'll probably just start like alternating between the two. We don't have a release date yet, but they've confirmed that it is definitely coming out. I think it's probably going to come out like just before the show starts as part of like the as part of the like advertising for it, but we will see. I should probably go to bed soon. I spent most of the evening doing this, so it's now like gone midnight and I should probably sleep. My parents get back off holiday tomorrow, so I need to get up early and just do like a little bit of tidying in the house, and I also need to run some errands before they get back. So I will sign off here for the day. I did get some book mail today actually though, 1 second. 2 very anticipated releases, both arrived on the same day. Came out a week apart, but Waterstones just took the time in sending one of them to me, which is this first one I'm going to show you. It is The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. I just got the standard edition because this matches my editions of The Cruel Prince and all the rest in that series. But then I did get the Waterstones edition of this other one, and it is Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. I know some people hate this cover. I actually quite like it. I love that it's creepy. It's got the sprayed edges and then the underneath the dust jacket, and that matches the Ninth House one. But my favourite part about this one is these end papers. Like, they're creepy but cool. I like them. I do have another edition of Hellbent coming eventually because I did order the Illumicrate ones the other day. But I'm very excited to read this. I do need to reread Ninth House first, so I'm thinking that might be the book that I pick up this weekend. But right now, no reading will be done tonight. I'm going to go to bed. So I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Hello. I honestly do not know how much footage I've actually got for this week's vlog. I know I did read this week, so I know that there is stuff in there, but I do not remember when I last picked up like my camera. It could have been Saturday, it could have been Friday. I really don't know. It's now Tuesday. Basically my mum and dad came back from a holiday on Saturday, but my mum came back and she told me she was feeling ill on the phone the other day, and I'm like, you need to do a COVID test as soon as you get back, because I have a feeling about this. And lo and behold, she's tested positive for COVID again. So she's fine, like she's doing okay, but I have been kind of like hiding away in my bedroom for the last few days and trying to keep away from her so that I don't catch it. My dad's not got it, so like seemingly, and he spent the most time with her, but somehow has managed to not catch it. I'm hoping I don't. Me and my mum are supposed to be going away this weekend, but we don't know what's happening with that now. But yeah, things just kind of like got thrown off a little bit, and also like just me generally feeling slumpy has meant I didn't want to pick up my camera, but I thought I should probably do like a wrap up clip, considering that this vlog needs to go up tomorrow. I have just like literally just finished another book, so I have finished my reread of Ninth House. I don't know if I told you I'd started the reread of this. I feel like I did. I feel like I at least mentioned I was going to reread it, but I got the audiobook for it. And I've completely listened to it. Like, I read it physically last time. Well, I did a mixture. But this time I just completely listened to it. I think I'm actually changing my rating. Last time I gave it a 4 stars, and I think it is a 5. I just found myself really invested in it. I did forget a lot that had happened. I definitely needed that reread. Like, I completely forgot that the setup for the second book was, like, very much the end of this book. Like, I couldn't remember where it was left, because I knew it was, like, a self-contained sort of mystery of what happened in the first book, because there's a murder that happens, and then like a lot of the book is figuring out what happened there, and I knew that that was sort of self-contained, but I couldn't remember like exactly what we were leading on to for the second book. But now I do remember, and I'm very excited to read it. I don't think I'm going to move on to it straight away though. I think I'm going to pick up something else, just like a palette cleanser in between, but I will talk about that in next week's vlog, which I'm going to go and start now. So I just thought I would wrap up this one. I feel like I finished 4 books in this vlog now. I think all 4 have been in this vlog. So The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy was... Actually, they've all got 5 stars. The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, both of the Fangirl mangas, and then now Ninth House, which is a reread, but it still counts. So yeah, that is everything. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff down below. And I will see you guys soon with a new video. Bye.